do not want to lose what she has to say for us. Mariah, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Hi. Mariah, I'm going to hand it over to you, Sweetness, and if you, I'm going to put you on speaker view so that we only see you, and if you'll just take it from here, and I'm going to mute myself.
All right, and I'm sharing the PowerPoint, correct? So, hold on one second. Oh, I forgot how to do my screen, sharing my screen.
It's the green button at the bottom.
Oh, yes.
Yes. While Mariah's doing that, I just wanted to, Melissa didn't ask me to do this or anything, but I just want to say thank you to Melissa for doing this faithfully every month, because I know it's hard to do and it's a sacrifice. And I just want to say thank you, Melissa, because I get so much out of these and they're amazing. So thank you, Melissa, and thank you for everything, Melissa.
All right. Oh, got too much going on here. Too much going on. Okay. So, bear with me. I'm really excited to do this and also very nervous. So I'm probably going to stutter a lot and I'm probably going to say some words wrong. Just show some grace and we'll get through this together and we'll learn lots. I had a lot of fun putting this together and I'm really thankful for the opportunity to do so. It's really pushed me to grow and step out of my comfort zone, which is where I need to be. So this has been fun. So I thought it would be good to do Rock Your New Year's resolution because we are at the end of 2016 already. I can't believe it, but so the New Year is going to be starting soon, and people are going to be doing their New Year's resolution. And the #1 New Year's resolution is to lose weight. And the University of Scranton research suggests that only 8% of people achieve their New Year's goals as so if people are trying to lose weight, only 8% of people can lose weight. And it's crazy to me to think that only 8% of people can achieve their goals. And so today I wanted to talk about how Plexus can help people achieve weight loss and live a healthier lifestyle. So here we go. So now weight loss and weight management can be a very emotional thing. So I just wanted to start with the fact that our body, your body, is amazing no matter what body type you have. You're designed in the image of God, and we need to love our bodies. No matter what, if you think that you're too overweight or too underweight, we need to love our bodies and be happy with how we are and how we look. But this also means taking care of our bodies, and depending on how long you've been mistreating your body, you may or may not know that you've been mistreating your body, like me. Basically, until I was introduced to Plexus, I had no idea that I was mistreating my body. So hold on, I just screwed up my notes. All right. I went to the very end of my notes, it threw me off. All right. Where was I? So I'm sure that's the case for a lot of people as well. So being overweight and underweight are signs of imbalances in our body. So there's too much going on. All right, so thank the Lord that we have Plexus, and Plexus is able to bless us enough with these products that are helping us be able to balance our bodies and heal our bodies and the damage that we've done to our bodies. So this morning I'm going to do a brief product review and talk about key ingredients and how they help aid in weight loss. First, we're going to go over Slim. So benefits of Slim and talk about the ingredients, just the key ingredients, because I feel like Slim is a very well-known product. I feel like it's one that probably a lot of people know a lot about. So I'm not going to go into like extreme detail about Slim, but I do want to cover Slim because Slim is definitely like the cornerstone of our weight loss products. And like you can't take Boost or Accelerator without Slim, and Slim's in the triplex, and that's what a lot of people are on. So, I did it again. Sorry, my ADD is kicking in here. All right, so let's dive in. Here is the Skinny on the Pink drink. It helps maintain blood glucose levels, cholesterol, and lipids. It reduces craving and binge eating. It also helps with weight loss. A little history on Plexus Slim is it was designed for people with type 2 diabetes to help regulate blood sugar, blood pressure, and their lipids. People that were on Slim were not only having their blood sugar regulated, but they were losing weight because of the effects of having their blood sugar regulated. Slim was then launched as more of a weight loss product for everyone and not just for people with type 2 diabetes. With Slim, you lose inches more than pounds because it helps get rid of the fat and not muscle. Slim is an all-natural plant-based drink, and even the sweetener stevia comes from a plant, as well as the color is from beetroot extract. All right, so the 3 key ingredients, and the first is green coffee extract. This may inhibit release of glucose into the bloodstream, resulting in weight loss. This helps regulate your blood sugar. It's amazing what happens when you finally have your blood sugar regulated. You have natural, long-lasting energy, and you sleep better at night, and you also have mental clarity. All helpful with weight loss because obviously you need energy to work out, and you're more motivated when you have higher energy. Your body needs good rest, and when your body is well rested, it's easier for you to lose weight. If you're not sleeping well, you're not going to lose weight as easily. And mental clarity, no brain fog, makes it easier to focus and stay motivated. So next we have the Garcinia cambogia. It may block an enzyme called citrate-lase, which the body uses to make fat. Uses to block fat. Sorry, who doesn't want to block fat, right? Alpha-lipoic acid is the next ingredient. It's a natural anti-inflammatory. This is probably my favorite ingredient in Slim because Slim is one of my favorite products. For any of you that don't really know my background, I used to suffer from migraines. I got 3 to 4 migraines a week, and they were awful. So this is the ingredient that's really helped with my migraines because it's a natural anti-inflammatory. So it helps people with inflammation. So people with headaches, sore joints, muscles, everyday aches and pains can find natural relief from Slim. And this is also great because it helps prevent, sore muscles and aches and pains from working out. All right, so next we have Accelerator Plus and Boost. I'm kind of going to combine the 2 of these because they are very similar yet different products. But I wanted to kind of because I never knew this before, because I actually didn't know very much about Accelerator Plus or Boost before I did all my research and was putting this together. And I was very intrigued with how much similarities they are and yet how they're very different. So first I'm going to tell you guys about, what Accelerator Plus does, and then what Boost does, and then we'll go through the ingredients together. So, Accelerator Plus helps burn fat more efficiently and can help boost the body's metabolism. It increases energy, suppresses appetite, and improves mood. Also comes in a pretty pink bottle, as you can see. I like this product's bottle the best because I'm obsessed with pink, and I think it looks neat. I think it was great that they updated this product bottle. And then so the next slide I have is Boost. Boost contains yerba mate, which has been shown to be a natural stimulant. It assists with weight management, helps suppress hunger, and increases energy. So tell me if I'm going too fast. Melissa or Terrence, Katie, speak up. If I'm going too fast for people taking notes, just yell at me. All right? The key ingredients in both. This has a lot on it.
Mariah, just real quick, I'm sorry, I was having to unmute myself. We are having a hard time. We can barely hear you because
really
through my computer. So, but do slow down. They're taking notes like crazy, and they're not keeping up with you. So that would be great.
Okay, I'll slow down and I'll talk louder.
Thank you.
Okay, no problem. My husband's gonna be like, why is she yelling in the back room? All right, so key ingredients in both Boost and Accelerator Plus. So first we have niacin, which is a form of vitamin B3. It can increase good HDL cholesterol and decrease triglycerides, may modestly decrease bad LDL cholesterol. It is used to help treat diabetes, high cholesterol, migraines, dizziness, and some skin conditions. Okay, the next ingredient we have is vitamin B6, and this may reduce PMS symptoms, including moodiness, irritability, forgetfulness, bloating, and anxiety. It helps the body convert food to fuel and metabolizes fat and proteins. An interesting fact about vitamin B6, which I didn't know until I was doing my research, is people with alcohol dependency issues, kidney disease, autoimmune disorders, celiac disease, and hypothyroidism have a higher risk of being vitamin B6 deficient. So when you're coming in contact with these people, potential customers or customers that struggle with these issues, you might not think to suggest like Accelerator Plus for them, but Accelerator Plus might be a great suggestion for them because it might be that missing that key ingredient because it's loaded with the vitamin B6. All right, so next we have folic acid, and this facilitates cell growth and metabolism. It may make antidepressant medicines more effective. Combined with the other B vitamins, which we have plenty here, it helps prevent stroke. So next we have vitamin B12. Vitamin B12 maintains nerve and blood cell health and helps make DNA. Prevents anemia in people who are vitamin B12 deficient. This is actually the most potent form of B12 in nature, where they get it from. I absolutely love that Plexus, cares enough about us to get the best of the best ingredients, and we see that across the board. But I thought it was really interesting that this is actually the most potent form of vitamin B12 in all of nature. It also helps with development in circulatory, immune, and nervous system, and it's also a key role in good sleep. Next, we have calcium, which improves bone strength and has been shown to control blood levels of magnesium, phosphorus, and potassium. It may decrease HBP, and when combined with vitamin D, may decrease risk in breast cancer. It also assists in weight loss. The chromium picolinate, this was a fun one to learn about. It may enhance the effect of insulin and decrease blood glucose levels in a diabetic, may decrease LDL and triglycerides, and may help with PCOS. So you'll find that in the bodybuilding world, people are often on chromium supplements. This form of chromium is different. The chromium here, the chromium picolinate, is different than the chromium found in Slim, but they also work really together very well, and together in the body they metabolize carbohydrates and helps lower cholesterol levels and helps improve heart health and relaxes blood vessels to improve blood flow, which is important for when you're exercising. A lot of people in the fitness world suggest using like blood thinners, and people have even gone as far to use like aspirin as blood thinners. And that's kind of gross to think about using aspirin as a blood thinner, but and it seems sort of like unnatural and harmful to use aspirin when you don't absolutely need to. But it's great to know that this product has a natural blood thinner in it that has the same effect, but it's all natural. All right, so next we're gonna go over the proprietary blends, and this is where like the differences come into play. And again, these are just the key ingredients. So first, Accelerator Plus has the yerba mate leaf extract. It may relieve mental and physical fatigue, improve mood, and relieve headaches. It doesn't cause jitters, and it contains caffeine. A lot of fat burners on the market contain a lot of caffeine, which do cause the jitters and make you feel sick. So it's good to know that you're not going to have the issues when you're on Accelerator Plus. Also, Boost does have the yerba mate in it. I think it's a little bit different, but it's still very similar. This ingredient is also loaded with vitamins and anti-inflammatory properties that are beneficial to working out. Next, we have the 5-HTP, and a word I'm not even going to try and say because I don't know how to say it. But this may reduce eating behaviors, reduce calorie intake, and promote weight loss. However, the 5-HTP has been shown to have interactions with antidepressants or any medications that increase/regulate your serotonin level. This is what is found in turkey. See, I always thought that it was melatonin that was found in turkey that makes you sleepy, you know, after Thanksgiving meal, you feel like passing out on the couch while the boys watch football, whatever. But it's actually the 5-HTP that's actually found in turkey. So that relaxes you, and it also has been known to help with obesity, insomnia, PMS, depression, anxiety, migraines, and addictive behaviors. That was another thing that I found very interesting about going through all this. There's a lot of stuff, especially in Accelerator Plus, that help with people that have addiction qualities, or they're addicted to drugs or alcohol, or even just like smoking. So if they have addictions that they can't seem to quit, Accelerator Plus might be a great product to suggest to them. Okay, so the next thing is in Accelerator Plus is the green tea. It's shown to improve mental alertness, and it may protect against or slower certain cancers and lower cholesterol. This is what gives you the natural energy with no jitters. It also is loaded with antioxidants. Now for Boost. Boost has tangerine peel in it. This may help with weight loss by working as a stimulant. It also has vitamin C, which is a great immune booster. It also has the Novocaine white in the tangerine pill, which decreases fat in arteries. So next we have lotus seed, which is an anti-aging enzymes that help relieve restfulness, which helps with sleep. And then we have the Carlium Fabritia extract. Contains chemicals thought to decrease appetite, to decrease your appetite by controlling the hypothalamus in your brain, which tells you whether you're full or hungry. Also, you won't want as much food if you're using this product. This is great for people who feel like they have to finish everything on their plate all the time. So it helps you realize when you're full and to stand strong and not keep eating when it's unnecessary. This is also a thermogenic, which it heats up your body and helps you work out more of a sweat, even during the small things during the day. So this is a great pre-workout supplement. This ingredient also helps fight fat cells by preventing free fat cells from developing into fat. It contains 2 enzymes that force your body to use your fat reserves instead of going after muscle or water weight, which is basically what everybody wants when trying to lose weight and working out. So this is a great one, great product. Well, I mean, all of our products are great, who am I kidding? But Boost especially is a favorite for the workout world. So next we're going to talk about who needs this product and like what to recommend. I think it's a common question because if you don't know a lot about these products, they can seem very similar. Like, yeah, they're both to help lose weight. So when do you suggest it to someone? So Accelerator Plus is great for people who have mood disorders, anxiety, depression, or ADHD that are also looking for more energy and weight loss. And like I said, also for anyone that might have any addictive personalities, this is a good one for them too. For people who tend to live a less active lifestyle. So Boost is a much stronger product. Boost is for people who tend to lead more of an active lifestyle, who also want to burn more calories throughout the day. If people are finding Boost is too much for them, you might just want to tell them to try taking Accelerator Plus. But both products are great to couple up with Slim. They're amazing for helping people in so many areas, but especially in weight loss. And they're a great product to suggest for people who are taking the triplex, they lost weight, but now they're just stuck and they haven't lost any weight. To help them get over that plateau, these are great products to suggest to those people. So next we're going to go over Edge. Edge is Power Up and Be More. I love learning about Edge. It's our newest product, and I've been kind of living underneath a rock and hadn't really done my research like a good investor probably would. But so Edge gives you a healthy, sustained energy, sharper thinking, enhances concentration and focus, and improves mood. A few things about this product: it's a very flexible product. You can take one a day whenever you'd like, or you feel like you most need it. There's no crash, and it doesn't affect your blood sugar. There are no side effects and no addiction to this product. I feel like if people kind of like see this product and they're like, oh, it's like supposed to help give me energy, it has caffeine in it, I like don't. They might think that to stay away from it because they tend to get addicted to like, you know, things with caffeine in it, like coffee, soda, energy drinks, sweetened teas, but they don't have that issue at all with this product, which is great. It decreases fatigue and it doesn't interrupt sleep. It helps with longer and stronger workouts, and it's shown to help improve mental and physical performance. So it's also used to combat aging, fatigue, and colds. Interesting enough. So for the ingredients in Edge, there's only 3 ingredients, but they're awesome. So the first ingredient is theocrine, which helps with the aging, fatigue, and mental performance, and added to pre-workout supplements, and it's promoted for improving athletic performance. So this Edge is a great product to take as a pre-workout supplement as well as a like boost. This comes from a tea that originates from China. And so next we have the L-theanine, which may help relieve stress by inducing a relaxing effect without drowsiness, and may also process immunological attributes. Theanine may also have effects on the cardiovascular system and play a preventive role in cancer. This ingredient is really close to the theocrine. They are perfect for each other, like partners. It increases all your happy feel-good chemicals in your brain and improves memory and productivity. So the next ingredient we have is the natural caffeine, the Coffea robusta, which is double the amount of caffeine and more antioxidants, and is less susceptible to disease than Arabic coffee. Interesting enough, this comes from the Robusta coffee bean, which is more powerful than any Arabic bean. This is all super interesting to me because I used to be a barista at Starbucks, and so I am very intrigued by coffee and how it was made and the whole process. But I also hate coffee and hate drinking coffee. So I know there's a lot of coffee lovers out there, but so this was really interesting to me to learn about. So I use the Starbucks coffee, the tall, is like 260 milligrams of caffeine in it, and Edge is only 90 milligrams in it. And your body also metabolizes it a lot differently because it's a capsule than the form of when you would drink it. And that's why you have more focus with Edge and no crash like you would have when you're drinking coffee. And another amazing benefit is you get the energy that you would, even more so, and many more benefits than if you were to have to drink roast coffee. So one last thing about Edge is the company that makes the ingredient, the theocrine, that's in Edge, that we get it from, did their own independent studies, and they had people do repetitive 7-day trials, and people were reporting that they felt like around the 4th hour of after taking it, it was kind of like their sweet spot. So I guess like if you know that you're gonna want like your most energy, take it 4 hours prior to wanting to do it. But you can really take this anywhere, because this is also, they were just doing the theocrine. So we also have all the extra things where you get like the immediate energy from taking Edge. So they also noticed that the fatigue was down, which we know, and anxiety was down, energy was up, and the motivation was up, concentration was up, and a lot of people actually reported that their libido was up. So now all the married couples definitely want to get Edge. But it's great to know that there was these trials done on just that one ingredient that's in this product that makes it great, and a great product for people that want energy. So now the last product I'm going to go over is BioCleanse. I'm also not going to go into extreme detail about BioCleanse because it is an amazing product and everyone needs BioCleanse in their life. It has relief, but it's also one of the more popular ones in the triplex, so a lot of people know about BioCleanse. So it gives you relief for gas, bloating, and discomfort. It helps remove harmful microbes and substances, It helps cleanse the gastric tract and relieves occasional constipation. The ingredients in the BioCleanse is magnesium. It helps to neutralize stomach acid and move stool through the intestines, which helps the body break down sugars and may also help reduce insulin resistance. It modestly reduces the frequency of migraines and may improve bone density. Magnesium, this is super important for a couple reasons. First, if you're not regular, that could be causing a lot of issues in your intestinal tract. And this is sort of gross, but you could actually hold up to 30 pounds of poop in your intestinal tract. So if they're not going regularly, 2 to 3 times a day, they could contain just a lot of weight in their body just from all the junk in their body. And when we don't get rid of our toxins through our waste, they get stored in other areas of our bodies. So when toxins get stored in our fat, then we have an even harder time of losing weight. If you have lots of toxins built up in your fat, it will be really difficult to lose the weight. And the toxins can also disrupt our hormones, which cause issues such as thyroid issues and all sorts of hormonal issues. And as being women, a lot of hormonal issues contribute to weight gain and also preventing you from losing weight. So also magnesium is known as the muscle mineral, so it helps relaxes your muscles, which is great for people who work out. The next ingredient we have is vitamin C. It's an antioxidant that helps to protect cells from damage by free radicals. It also improves absorption of iron and helps the immune system. Next, we have the bioflavonoid complex, which is an antioxidant activity when taken with vitamin C. And we also have the sodium bicarbonate, reduces acid, produces a body. Baking soda, when combined with vitamin C, it yields sodium absorbate and CO2 gas. As it is swallowed, the sodium absorbate rapidly enters the bloodstream and cell membrane, aided by transport molecules, hence the oxygenation. The whole process also helps aid in weight loss. So we're almost done. I kind of wanted to go over, we went over all the products and how they aid in weight loss and what they do to our bodies, getting our bodies healthy enough to be able to lose weight. Because that's one thing, like you could eat and healthy and like work out, but if your body isn't healthy and it's not balanced, you're not going to be able to lose the weight. And our products are amazing at helping us get to the place where we can. And that's why people see so much success once they start taking Flexes. But you can could be consistent with our products and still not lose weight. And that's when you have to take an honest look at yourself or ask the customer to do so. Because we obviously have to be good to our bodies. And they need to take an honest look at themselves when you ask them the questions such as, are they drinking enough water, at least half of our body weight in water every day? This is super important for detox. Our bodies need water. And also, what is their diet like? They can't be hitting the drive-through or eating chemicals. If you're eating food with tons of chemicals, it's going to be super hard to lose weight. Not to mention, you are using these amazing supplements that's trying to get rid of chemicals and toxins in your body. So why would you want to put in more? And so you need to be eating a clean, whole food diet to the best of your ability. Also, are they working out? Yep. Unfortunately, you must work out to lose weight. This is one thing that I'm really jealous of people who absolutely love going to the gym every day, sometimes twice a day. But yes, you need to work out if you're going to want to lose weight. And also, what are their sleeping habits? Your body needs sleep. If your body is stressed out, you will not lose weight. So all the products that we talked about today help with these areas as well. So if you're just dealing with a customer that's coming in, you can talk to them about how the products are going to help them. You crave water when you're taking Flexes. You crave good whole foods instead of the junk, and you have the desire and motivation and the energy to work out more so than before Plexus. And you're finally able to get amazing sleep thanks to these products. All right. And then also remember throughout this whole process to show yourself and others grace and patience. Rome wasn't built overnight. And if you have lived an unhealthy life, you can't overnight magically make insanely healthy choices. Little healthy lifestyle changes add up over time and make a big difference in the long run. And then as their ambassador and even maybe their business partner, I know our team has weight loss support groups, and I have actually myself have an accountability partner because I myself am going through all this in the weight loss process and struggling with food addiction and whatnot. So it's great to be their cheerleader, motivate them, encourage them, remind them of their scale and non-scale victories, because we know that those make more of a difference sometimes than the scale victories do. But it's really hard to not, for the people to focus on the scale victories when they don't see them. So, and also don't forget to lead by example. People are coming to you for a solution for health and wellness in their life. And if you're posting about going to having ice cream all the time or having pizza or, like I once said, going to Taco Bell on a regular basis, they will be unmotivated and less likely to return to you for advice. So live a life people will be attracted to mentally, physically, and spiritually. And that is my presentation.
Wow. Mariah, okay, they're clapping here for you.
Thank you.
Hear that? You
Yes.
got a lot of high fives in this room. They were taking notes and taking pictures. So you are
Okay.
famous, girl. That was amazing.
Thank you
Such
so much.
great information.
And she can stop sharing, right?
And and we're also hearing, we get to see your face on the big screen right now. You're absolutely gorgeous. So you're getting incredibly encouraged. If you need any encouragement, just come back to us. We will.
Okay. Thank you.
Amazing. So I am going to ask you with that presentation, because everyone literally was taking photos, if you will put that save it as a PDF, you can do a save as PDF and put it on our big team page, because
Okay.
everybody's going to want that.
Mm-hmm.
That would
I
be
can definitely do that.
fantastic. Okay. All right. We're going to hand it over to Miss Katie, who's going to talk to us about self-development and get us going. So Katie, I'm handing it over to you, girl.
All right. Hey, guys. Like Melissa just said, I'm Katie. I'm one of the Georgia Plexus people over here, and I'm a gold ambassador. So I just wanted to quickly introduce myself to anyone that hasn't met me yet. Hello. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. All right. All right. Can y'all see my screen? Thumbs up. Cool. And then how's the volume? I know you guys were saying you were having a little bit of issues with volume. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Just so you know why we're having a problem, all of y'all are sitting in your room with your computer right in front of you. We're in a big room, and there's 10 of us or so. They're all listening to one small computer. So that's why we're having a hard time here.
Gotcha.
So keep that voice going.
All right. I will do my best. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and set a timer so I don't blab forever, because I do that sometimes. All right, so when I was asked to talk about personal development, I wasn't quite sure where to start. So I wanted to title this Invest in You, because I think it's important for us to focus on time investing in ourselves, because it's really easy for us sometimes to pour out into our team, into our customers, and get lost in that. So I want to take some time for us all to start considering what it looks like for us to invest in ourselves. Okay, so first I want to start by reading this quote. Personal growth is a slow, steady process. It can't be rushed, and be patient with yourself one step at a time. So I want to start this by being super transparent with y'all. Personal growth is something that I'm really in the middle of right now and in the depths of it, and have been going through my own slow journey, and it feels really interesting to be sitting here today telling you guys about personal growth and what you should be doing, when in myself it's been my own little struggle and journey. So I'm excited to walk with you guys, and I just want you to know that I'm coming from a place of going through this myself, and that I'm not claiming to be an expert, but I'm just sharing what seems to be working for me. So really, we'll either step forward into growth or we'll step back into safety. So in order to really grow and develop in ourselves, we have to get out of the safety. And it's really uncomfortable sometimes, but that's where we're going to find improvement in ourselves, and thus improvement in everything else that we love and care about. Okay, so I want to start with the definition of personal development so we can kind of focus on and give you a topic of where we're going with this. So personal development is the process of creating an action plan based on awareness, values, reflection, goal setting, and planning for personal development within the context of a career, education, relationship, or for self-improvement. And really with this, with self-improvement, as we focus on that, it's going to start to show improvements in our career, education, and relationships. And so our self-improvement is directly related with that. And the really, really cool thing about Plexus is it is very relational. And as we gain in our self-improvement, that's going to help us in our education. We're going to have more confidence with our career. But for the sake of this, I want to focus on these first 4 words: awareness, values, reflection, and goal setting. Okay, so awareness and values. So in Plexus, we hear a lot about our why and having a why that makes us cry. But sometimes that can be hard. And the reason why that can be hard is that you have to know yourself. You have to know what drives you. What do you care about? What has the Lord put on your heart to be important to you? If you don't know what you care for and what your convictions are in life, you're going to end up kind of on the road like you see in this picture where you're like, where am I supposed to go? What am I supposed to care about? And you end up kind of listening to where everybody else is going, and you think you're supposed to care about certain things, and sometimes it can be hard if it's not what your heart desires. So really, before you can even start a journey and find a destination, you have to find what God's put on your heart to care about. And so knowing yourself is so important. So once you know yourself, you can then start to set goals and figure out where you're going to go. Because before you know what you care about, you can't set goals towards something. You're just going to kind of be lost and focus on some direction, but you've got to have some pinpointed thing. And then from that, once you've started to set your goals, once you find the things that your heart desires and the different things that you're going to start working towards, that's when you can start to finally develop that why. Because if you don't have a why that your heartstrings are pulled by and that you really desire, and if it's bigger than you, that's where you're really going to find that success and that drive. Because as I started, I said that you have to either get out of that safety to be able to grow yourself. But it's hard. It can be really painful, and it's very uncomfortable a lot of times when it comes to growing. And so if you know your why and it's something that's huge and it's something that you've kind of spent time diving into, that's where you're really going to be able to find success and find where you're going to push. Okay. Sorry, I have a little technical difficulties here. Okay. Let me move this picture. So the way you talk to yourself determines what you believe about yourself and what you can accomplish. So what that means is you can either speak truth into yourself or you can speak lies into your life. And either way, you create that as your reality. And I put that in parentheses because I use the word reality because it's what we believe about our life or our current state and where we're at. And so it's really important that we're intentional about speaking positivity into our lives and helping to encourage and motivate ourselves. Each one of us with our Plexus journey, it looks so different. Some of us want to run to Diamond and we have 4 kids and we struggle to even pay for diapers and things like that. And or we struggle with paying student loans, or, and the list goes on of all the different struggles that goes on in our lives. And I think that God gives us complex lives and complex goals. And so it's important for us to really focus on what direction we're going in and speaking positivity over that, because you can easily just sabotage yourself. Okay, so with that being said, I want to do a little exercise with you guys. All right, so I can't do this. No one wants what I'm offering. I don't have time. I'm going to quit. No way I can do what she or he does. I'm not good enough. I'm tired. They are better than me. I'm annoying. They don't like me. I'm never going to reach my goal. I can't help my team. I feel lost. This is hopeless. No one cares about my story. I'm alone. So I want to ask you guys some rhetorical questions now that I've read these words over you and over myself. How do you feel about these words? How do you feel right now sitting in your living room, listening to this, or in your car, wherever you are right now listening to this? How does this make you feel? What do you think that these words do to you in your reality of where you're at? All right, now for the next part of this exercise. I can do this. People need what I'm offering. I love to prioritize my life. Helping others gives me purpose and brings worth to my life. I am me, and I'm the best me I can be. I'm more than enough. I'm blessed. I'm alive. I'm wide awake. People love to get to know me. People care about me. I am loved. This is rewarding. I'm surrounded by community. Y'all, I don't know how y'all feel, but after reading that paragraph of negativity and then moving on to this paragraph of positivity, I just feel better. And it's even calmed my nerves because I started this presentation feeling nervous. And so it just shows you how much power positive words have, but then on the other side of that coin, how much negative words have on you too. And so don't give negativity power over you. And I used this little cheesy picture. I have little post-it notes, and it has all these negative things, and in the middle it says, I can do it. And for me, I think that's a great image for us to kind of put in our head to help explain the power of words to us, because we can easily cover up or drown our possibility and thus our potential by just speaking negative things over ourselves. And it also shows to me, like, by the action of writing and filling out a post-it note, is an action you have to take. And so as a metaphor, take actions mentally or even physically by putting positive words in front of you, like post-it notes and things like that. But it's important for us to be intentional about positive words. I'm reading through a book right now called The Power of Positive Thinking. And he mentions speaking positive words over yourself when you feel stressed, like serenity or calmness or joy, even if you don't necessarily believe them in that moment, just by using words of tranquility, it can really bring peace to your spirit. All right, so now I want to share something. I kind of stumbled upon this video, and I've never seen anyone share a video in Muffins of Motivation, so I hope that's okay. But I just really think that there's a lot to be said in this. This person shares her journey through life through some pretty hard circumstances, and I just wanted to share this as a little bit of a refreshing reminder about how big life can be and the potentials that there are. So y'all let me know if you can hear this. I'll turn my computer up as well.
If your life were a book and you were the author, how would you want your story to go? That's the question that changed my life forever. Growing up in the hot Las Vegas desert, all I wanted was to be free. I would daydream about traveling the world, living in a place where it snowed, and I would picture all of the stories that I would go on to tell. At the age of 19, the day after I graduated high school, I moved to a place where it snowed, and I became a massage therapist. With this job, all I needed were my hands and my massage table by my side, and I could go anywhere. For the first time in my life, I felt free, independent, and completely in control of my life. That is, until my life took a detour. I went home from work early one day with what I thought was the flu, And less than 24 hours later, I was in the hospital on life support with less than a 2% chance of living. It wasn't until days later, as I lay in a coma, that the doctors diagnosed me with bacterial meningitis, a vaccine-preventable blood infection. Over the course of 2.5 months, I lost my spleen, my kidneys, the hearing in my left ear, and both of my legs below the knee. When my parents wheeled me out of the hospital, I felt like I had been pieced back together like a patchwork doll. I thought the worst was over until weeks later when I saw my new legs for the first time. The calves were bulky blocks of metal with pipes bolted together for the ankles and a yellow rubber foot with the raised rubber line from the toe to the ankle to look like a vein. I didn't know what to expect, but I wasn't expecting that. With my mom by my side and tears streaming down our faces, I strapped on these chunky legs and I stood up. They were so painful and so confining that all I could think was, how am I ever going to travel the world in these things? How was I ever going to live the life full of adventure and stories as I always wanted? And how was I going to snowboard again? That day, I went home, I crawled into bed, and this is what my life looked like for the next few months. Me passed out, escaping from reality, with my legs resting by my side. I was absolutely, physically, and emotionally broken. But I knew that in order to move forward, I had to let go of the old Amy and learn to embrace the new Amy. And that is when it dawned on me that I didn't have to be 5'5" anymore. I could be as tall as I wanted. Or as short as I wanted, depending on who I was dating. And if I snowboarded again, my feet aren't going to get cold. And best of all, I thought, I can make my feet the size of all the shoes that are on the sales rack. And I did. So there were benefits here. It was this moment that I asked myself that life-defining question. If my life were a book and I were the author, how would I want this story to go? And I began to daydream. I daydreamed like I did as a little girl. And I imagined myself walking gracefully, helping other people through my journey, and snowboarding again. And I didn't just see myself carving down a mountain of powder. I could actually feel it. I could feel the wind against my face and the beat of my racing heart as if it were happening in that very moment. And that is when a new chapter in my life began. 4 months later, I was back up on a snowboard, although things didn't go quite as expected. My knees and my ankles wouldn't bend, and at one point, I traumatized all the skiers on the chairlift when I fell, and my legs, still attached to my snowboard, went flying down the mountain. And I was on top of the mountain still. I was so shocked. I was just as shocked as everybody else, and I was so discouraged, but I knew that if I could find the right pair of feet, that I would be able to do this again. And this is when I learned that our borders and our obstacles can only do two things. One, stop us in our tracks, or 2, force us to get creative. I did a year of research, still couldn't figure out what kind of legs to use, couldn't find any resources that could help me. So I decided to make a pair myself. My leg maker and I put random parts together, and we made a pair of feet that I could snowboard in. As you can see, rusted bolts, rubber, wood, and neon pink duct tape. And yes, I can change my toenail polish. It was these legs and the best 21st birthday gift I could ever receive, a new kidney from my dad, that allowed me to follow my dreams again. I started snowboarding, then I went back to work, then I went back to school. Then in 2005, I co-founded a nonprofit organization for youth and young adults with physical disabilities so they could get involved with action sports. From there, I had the opportunity to go to South Africa, where I helped to put shoes on thousands of children's feet so they could attend school. And just this past February, I won 2 back-to-back World Cup gold medals. Which made me the highest ranked adaptive female snowboarder in the world. 11 years ago, when I lost my legs, I had no idea what to expect. But if you ask me today if I would ever want to change my situation, I would have to say no. Because my legs haven't disabled me. If anything, they've enabled me. They've forced me to rely on my imagination and to believe in the possibilities. And that's why I believe that our imaginations can be used as tools for breaking through borders. Because in our minds, we can do anything, and we can be anything. It's believing in those dreams and facing our fears head on that allows us to live our lives beyond our limits. And although today is about innovation without borders, I have to say that in my life, innovation has only been possible because of my borders. I've learned that borders are where the actual ends, but also where the imagination and the story begins. So the thought that I would like to challenge you with today is that maybe instead of looking at our challenges and our limitations as something negative or bad, we can begin to look at them as blessings. Magnificent gifts that can be used to ignite our imaginations and help us go further than we ever knew we could go. It's not about breaking down borders. It's about pushing off of them and seeing what amazing places they might bring us. Thank you.
Wow, thank you guys so much for letting me share that video. I saw it earlier this week and I just had to share it with you. I love her story, and my favorite part is you sit there and you listen to her story and it just sounds so awful. And then all of a sudden she's like, I realized I could be as tall as I wanted. And that was the moment where I realized that I had to share this video with you guys because it's so important for us to get perspective and just really look for the positivity in things. All right, so I just want to conclude by saying, whoever you are and wherever you may be, you hold, like with Plexus, we hold so much potential and happiness in our hands. We can do so much for people with this business, this opportunity, and these products. But it really first starts with our state of mind and where we're at, because we cannot spread joy and we cannot spread hope, and we can't be those #hope dealers unless we've got our mind in the right place. So I just wanted to challenge you guys today is, what reality are you going to make for yourself? What are you telling yourself that you're going to do? What excuses have you been making? Have you been putting up those walls or borders or negativity and keeping yourself from really going through and achieving what you want in your dreams and letting God do things through you? So I want to just encourage myself, because I'm talking to myself so much when I'm saying this too, is like, let's move into a no excuse zone this month and really focus on investing in ourselves so that we then can be able to pour out and really help people, because we all love Plexus so much and we all believe in this. We've all been helped by these products so much. And just even in this community, seeing y'all tear up in the beginning and talking about each other and encouraging each other, and I'm sitting here tearing up too. It's so cool, the community that we have in the heart. We have such big hearts in this community. But it's just so important for us to set our hearts right with positivity. So we can do this, y'all. But thank you so much. I know I haven't spoken anything profound, but I just wanted to share.
Thank you, Miss Katie. That was
so beautiful too.
okay. You're getting beauty affirmations as well. All these wonderful beauty affirmations. If you can unshare there we go.